Welcome, Croeso, Namaste. I am Linda Premanandhi. I am a yoga teacher and I am also a trainee yoga therapist in training for 1 year with Sanatan Yoga, which is run by Yogacharya Nandev and Yogacharini Deepika, also mentored and supported by Dr. Ananda Balayogi Bhavanani from the ashram, the Gitananda ashram in Pondicherry. So thank you to my teachers and thank you to you for joining me this morning. This is a 5th session in a series I'm calling Sharing is Caring Sunday, when I share practices from my training in yoga therapy. Also, there are yoga practices that are not just in the yoga therapy kind of mold, if you like, but I always tend to teach from a therapeutic perspective. It's the way I like to teach, it's the way that has helped me with many obstacles and blockages and issues and problems that arrive in life and with the different cycles of life. So every week for up to an hour, some weeks it will be a little bit shorter, we will go through the various practices from a classical holistic tradition, a living tradition that is in the Gitananda tradition. I have also trained in other types of yoga. I'm very interested in yoga for pelvic health in women, in looking at womb yoga. I'm also very interested and trained in pregnancy yoga and postnatal, and as a postmenopausal woman myself with 5 adult children, I'm also interested in bringing practices to women that help the transition into the menopause and post-menopause phase of life, which can be so empowering in a woman's life, but which our society, our conditioning, our understanding or lack of understanding more like in the Western world can be dismissed, ignored, stereotyped and undermined. And I like to bring practices to women that celebrate their 3rd cycle of life, which can be a life of great joy. Sometimes, not always, the hard work is, almost done. And you can pass on your wisdom and your life skill to those around you, and you can take time for yourself to explore. The householding, maybe work, or maybe the full-on career that you've chosen, maybe is starting to allow more space for you to discover yourself. And that is the practice of yoga. It is not just coming to the mat once a week and stretching your hamstrings, although you can access it like that, I'm not judging. That can also be part of yoga. But it's a process to come inside to that formless self that you all are, that I am, that we are together, to that oneness. So we don't look at us and them, we don't look at you and me, we don't look at comparing and competing. We look at finding the oneness that exists beneath our identity, besides the yoga, besides the ego, beneath the ego, to the place where we feel at peace and at one with the universe and everything around us. So yoga is very transformational. So my approach and my path, my ongoing path, is to bring a taste of this practice to you for free, of charge. It's my gift, it's sharing is caring. I've been inspired to do it. I tend to do a lot anyway. For no, if you reward, that is coming. I'm sure it's coming in some way or another, because that is the practice of yoga. That is the practice of yoga, to serve and give and honor and be worthy of the honor to teach without your sights on the reward, the end game, what's in it for me. So today we're going to practice, and I think so far we've done one chair yoga practice. We've done some work around sore knees and tight shoulders, and also starting to balance, because as we get older, and I'm, on that trajectory like everybody else, sometimes we can lose balance, and not just in our physical balance, but in our emotional and mental balance, we can be knocked off kilter. Today we're going really back to basics, and we're practicing Jattis. Jattis is very particular to the Gitananda tradition, and is achievable and accessible to most people unless they have extreme limitations. They can also, I'm going to sit on the floor to show Jattis today and to practice with you, but some can be done lying down, depending on individual needs, and we are individual. This is an individual practice, so I urge you to take from it what you need, and I urge you to be observant and mindful of your practice, and to take responsibility for your practice and be accountable, so that you don't take an attitude of following like a sheep. You take an attitude of, oh, actually I can't go on my knees because that's painful, or my back is so out of alignment from sitting years hunched up that it's challenging for me to sit up straight on the floor. Maybe a chair is better for you, even your back against the wall. So I urge you to be accountable for your own well-being, because I can't see you, I don't know who's practicing with me. So I encourage self-responsibility, self-awareness, self-accountability in your way that you come to practice with me online. And then if you need to ask questions, you can ask in the comments, or you can contact me directly on goslowyoga.wales, Wales is the country, WALES, @gmail.com. And I'm Linda, and I will answer your questions. So we're going to do some Jattis, which, as I say, are quite unique to the Gitananda tradition, and it's very kind of relevant to yoga therapy as well, and to my approach, which is go slow. I like to do slow, deep, subtle, mindful practices. This is the way I like to practice. Slow does not mean not important, not viable, not valuable. Slow allows you to imbibe the practices. It allows you to really have the benefits of the slowing down of the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight, bringing you into a state of parasympathetic state, which is, quiet, rest, digest. Working slowly but deeply is a way to do that, and to improve brain function. There's a lot of work, there's a lot of neuroscience papers that are really supporting slow, mindful practices in helping people with chronic inflammation, with anxiety and depression, with sleep disorder. Well, you could go on and on. I need a whole video of listing things, and I'm not going to do that. That's going to be a bit boring. So Jattis are about preparing for your hatha yoga, for your physical practice. It may well be the only practice you do. It may be the only practice that's available to you. It may be the only practice you feel you want to take on board, and that's perfectly fine. It's a kind of loosening up, letting go of stress and tension. It's about getting the joints, the ligaments, the tendons, the muscles, the neurons, the cells, the blood, the circulation ready for maybe a slightly deeper practice, or it could be an end in itself. You know, some people, it's an end in itself. Depends on where you come. And yoga is a practice that meets you where you are if you take that attitude. If you take the attitude that, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, he's standing on his head and she's standing on her toenail, and you know, it's not for me, it's for everybody. I did not start practicing until I was 52. 52 years of age, I came to a mat for the first time. I have birthed 5 children. I am not an elite athlete. I'm not a size 10 or 0. I am not all of those things that you think you need to be. Because yoga is not just about form. It's about functionality and transformation and acquiring skills and toolkit to be happy and joyful and content and grateful. So Jattis is physical practice. We're going to start now just to lubricate the joints. You've all heard motion is lotion, yeah? You know this. If you've got a sore back, the doctor's going to tell you, oh, don't just lie down all day, you need to get up. Even if you think, oh God, you know, I don't really feel like getting up. Or, you know, you have tight hamstrings, well, maybe you need to, you know, stretch them, or maybe you need to think about, if you've got bad back, maybe you've got a problem in the hips. You know, lots of different things. But usually the advice is to keep moving in some way. Maybe you need physio, maybe you need massage, maybe you need manipulation, maybe you need guidance on how to move. But generally we are told to keep moving, and of course lots of us have seized up in COVID. That's, you know, part of just staying indoors and sitting all day. Look at how young people, their structures completely changing because of this all the time. We all do it. It's how we live. I'm using new media now. Well, it's not new now, is it? It was new in my time. It's not so new now. So getting the synovial fluid moving through the joints, getting things woken up, moving energy. Yoga is about moving energy. It's not about having, you know, a tight butt. You might get a tight butt. That's a good benefit if you want one. But it's not the end game. It's not, you know, it might be yours. Who knows? It's not mine. It's not mine. So let us come into a quiet seated place. I've talked enough. See, if you are on a chair, it's fine. You'll be able to do these from a chair. You just need to adapt. If you need to sit up on a cushion or a block, I'm sitting up on my heels, but you can sit cross-legged, just coming in to start your practice. Jattis and yoga physical practice will just help you become more aware of your body, what you feel, what you need, what you don't need. So closing the eyes and bringing the mind inside. Breathing in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. Maybe with every inhale there's a feeling of uplift. It doesn't have to be pushed upward. Spine lifting up, crown of the head lifting up. Maybe you feel the sternum lifting slightly, not the ribs. Breathing out, there's a gentle contraction of the belly. Inhale and exhale. It's a bit like the universe, the space, the sky. We are always listening to Dr. Brian Cox and all these people expanding and contracting. We are energetic beings. I was listening to Dr. Ananda doing satsang online today. A beautiful way of describing how we expand and contract with the universe. We're doing it all of the time. Breathing in, we expand, we lengthen, we may even extend. Breathing out, we don't collapse, we don't slump, but we gently contract Doing this in all of your asana. All of your cells, everything doing the same thing. And gently open your eyes, come into your room, and we're going to just release our legs. And I've been sitting on my legs for a little while now, so I need to just get the flow back into my legs. Hopefully you can see me, all of me. I do find it sometimes difficult in a small apartment to get all of my body in, and the lighting, and you know, I've only got a little ring light, but you know, I need to put it in the right place. It's quite funny, sometimes I know I show it in the screen, so forgive me. So sitting up, let's see if you can pull the padding from your buttocks and sit up really nice and tall on your sit bones. And if this is too much for you, you can elevate the butt a little bit, just, you know, on the back there, so that your pelvis, you know, you've got a bit more freedom and it doesn't feel quite such an effort. But you will get stronger as you sit up straight on the floor, and some people may even need to put their backs against the wall, but not slumping against the wall like you're leaning on it, just using it against the base of the spine so that you can rise up nice and straight. So I'm just going to put my hands either side. We breathe nice and deep. And I'm just going to point my toes and flex them back. So I'm pointing and flexing back. I'm not completely on my mat. I might go sideways in a minute. Maybe that's an easier way for you to see me. I'm going to try it, so forgive me. I'm changing place. Yes, I think that's better. You can see me better then. So just hands gently behind. No need to do anything drastic with the shoulders. Pointing the toes and drawing them back. And pointing and drawing them back. And just deep, smooth, even breaths. And you're just going to plant the left leg nice and firmly on the floor while you open up the right and just start to rotate the ankle. So in our Gitananda tradition, we always start with the feet and work our way up. So we know we've worked with everything, but also it's symbolic about bringing the earthly, sort of rooted energy, which we do need, we need that, but sort of trying to also bring the energy up always into higher consciousness, because we have a higher power. You might want to call it divine power. It's there, but it just can't be seen, so we don't always believe it, okay? And just shake out the right leg, and bring the right leg in a little bit and the left leg out. And I'm going to just go, I don't know, clockwise, anti-clockwise first, and see if you can really draw a big circle and get the big toe to draw a big circle. Make sure the right foot is and the right leg is strong. And back the other way. And try not to slump back. Open the chest. And just shake out the legs. Good. And just bring the feet so they open to either side of the mat or wherever you're sitting. Maybe you're just on a towel or whatever. So you're going to breathe in. Bring them in together, so it's almost a bit, looks a bit like Charlie Chaplin or something. No, not Charlie Chaplin. Looks a bit knock-kneed. And then out. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. Last time like that. Let's breathe in. And out. And just again, wobble the feet back and forth. Maybe you just want to bounce the back of the knees. Just bringing some life into them. It's also fine to rub, so I'm bringing my thumbs down the middle. I'm tucking my toes a bit, so just giving me stability. Just waking up all of the legs, the muscles, getting the circulation going, getting the energy going, getting the energy flow going. All the way down. I just want to sweep it up. And we do the other side. So my thumbs are in the middle. Okay? Just rubbing it down. Also, if you know of anybody in your family who's been maybe rehabilitating, has not been well, or feeling low, who wouldn't dream of maybe choosing to practice yoga because maybe they don't understand that it can help them, and share the practices. It can be really helpful for people. Good. needs to be rushed in yoga. Okay, so I'm going to sit up, see if I can sit nice and tall. I'm going to breathe in and bring my right knee in, and just breathe out and put it down. Left, and breathe out. Breathing in and out. In and out. Breathing in and out. And in and out. And just give them another little shake. So sitting up again, as I say, see if you can sit up on your sit bones, and sometimes moving the flesh back from the bottom can give you a better sense of that. Sitting on a cushion is fine. So firm up your left leg long and strong. You can tuck the toes and draw in the right shin. And maybe you have to hold under the knee, and that's fine. I'm going to hold my shin. I'm just going to flick out the foot first. Just flicking it out, breathing nice, deep and conscious. Trying to organize your yoga space in your home so that you don't get disturbed. You can have a full hour of self-care. Just keep on circling. Notice where you feel. And stretch it out. Maybe your right leg looks a little longer than your left. And draw in the left leg. Flick out. And enjoy. And again, some nice deep rotations, one way and the other way. And relax. Some gentle bouncing. So I'm just putting my hands on the top of my thighs here. This is where they may stay for some of you. I'm going to try and gradually go down my legs. And I'm going to keep my chin up, okay, so that I don't sort of round the back too much, but there might be a little bit of rounding. Don't worry about it. Just see if you can think about the hip flexors, that your belly is coming forward. Yeah, so you're not thinking of looking down. Belly forward. Just gentle bouncing. Don't squeeze any of the joints, but you can firm up the legs so that you know the legs are working. And down to the toes. Breathe in. Maybe you come forward. You don't have to come too far down. These are Jattis. Breathing in. And sometimes Jattis become Kriyas, movements with the breath. And that's all good. Breathing in. Okay. And out. Good. I'm going to face the camera now because I think it'll be easier to do this one like this. So my left leg is long and strong. I'm going to draw up my right knee. I'm going to put my hands under the knee. And I'm going to think about rotating the knee. Obviously the foot comes with it, but I'm thinking of the knee joint, maybe the hip. So you're getting really deep into the hip and the knee. Good. And now you're going to hook your right hand, your right arm actually, and open out. So see if you can keep the left leg strong. Left hand can come to the floor. Left leg strong so you don't wobble all over the place like this. And you're just opening to the right. Keep breathing. The foot can just be floppy here. You're not really doing much with it. Keep going. And bring it down. And bounce it out. And notice where you feel the Jattis, what's happening. Are you creating space? Is there tension there? Breathe through it, but always staying within the sweet spot of your limitation. So drawing up the left knee, my hands are coming behind, and I'm thinking of, my foot is going, because it's, everything's joined, but I'm thinking of my knee, okay? And then that gets into the knee, gets into the hip. You can go the other way. And one might be a bit tighter than the other. Keep breathing. Okay, you are working. If you did nothing else, you could do Jattis every day. Particularly if you've got a busy work day, taking some time away from your desk, if that's what you do, to do some of this work. Hand under, and I'm going to really strengthen up my right leg. And just breathe. You can put your hand on the floor if it feels better. And I can already see, just in the screen that I'm looking at, that I have a little bit more openness on the left. Okay, keep breathing, and bring it back, and bounce it out. Woo. I'm actually got windows closed in the flat because it's noisy outside, so you know it's not easy for me to open up and have air. But if you are at home and you live somewhere nice and quiet, please do open up. I'm going to take some water, keep sipping through the class. That will do you the world of good. Okay, we're going to go a bit further with the opening up. So, if you can, I want you to draw the right foot up. Now you might have to stay with the hand under the knee. Make sure your chest is open, the collarbones are broad, the spine is long. You're not like this, okay? That's important. So you can feel if you're up on your sit bones. I'm going to get hold of my foot. Maybe you have to have the knee, that's fine. And maybe even if you get the foot, you might not stretch the leg right out, but it doesn't matter. Left hand down, and we're just going to swing. And my daughter Sarah, I've got 2 daughters, 3 sons, she likes this one, but she thinks that, you know, she's 20, oh my God, I got 5, please be kind. How old is she just now? 28. She thinks I look like a teddy bear when I do this. I think for me it's going to be the teddy bear pose. Sorry, Dr. Ananda. It's quite funny because I think she actually has a point. And then bring my foot in. I'm going to hold my right foot with my left hand and my right knee with my right hand. My left leg is long and strong. It's anchoring me to the floor. I'm even flexing my foot, so I keep still. Now this might be enough for some people because it gets into the hip, or you might even be down here, but please don't be disheartened. Wherever you are, you're meant to be. But I'm going to see if I can get my foot into my elbow. I don't find it a problem on my hip so much. Sometimes if I don't hold it in the right place, it gets my ankle. So make sure the heel is firmly in the elbow so you don't hurt your ankle. Don't want to overstretch a tendon or ligament. I've done that before. It ain't nice. So this is sort of like rocking the baby. People with very open hips and no problem in fluidity in their hips, they can probably get it much higher than me. But that's fine. This is where I am. I'm happy here. And let it go. Bounce out the legs. Yeah, bounce out the legs. So when I teach online like this, I'm just myself. I don't know how to edit and things like that. So you will get a class that is hopefully authentic in content, but it will not be glossy in production. But all you need to do is see me, and that should be fine. So what was I doing? Oh yes, so left leg, we were doing like this. Now we're going to see if we can go a bit further. So hold wherever you like. If your leg doesn't stretch right out because of hamstrings, go back to this and maybe you can start to stretch it out, you know? Go gradually. Make sure your right leg is really nice and strong. And see if you can get some momentum. I find it hard to hold on the side. I have to hold my toes actually. So I've got a bit more of a grip. And keep going. Keep going. And bring the foot in. And maybe you can just hold here and rock and hold as high as you can and see if you can get it maybe parallel with the collarbones. Maybe not. And if you are able, you can maybe get the foot, as long as it's parked well in there without the ankle being torqued, yeah? Woo, I can feel that today because I did some hip work yesterday. So just these are getting into nice big breaths, into all of the important places, removing blockages, lethargy, tightness, even things where toxins can collect, you know, food, different things. We just want to keep as free-flowing as possible. Good, and stretch out the left leg, bounce out the legs. Oh, that feels quite nice now. Yeah. Maybe it's it's time to clear up our pranic space, our energetic space, because we are energetic people. We live with energy. Everything is energy. You know? Everything is energy. So we can actually feel weighed down by other people's energy, or if we step into a place where the energy feels heavy or negative. So clean up your space. Nice long legs. Tuck the toes so you feel nicely supported. Cleaning it up, maybe behind, maybe in front. Gathering it, gather it. Gather all your stress. Yes, shake everything out. Gathering it up and whoosh out from the head, from your heart. We'll do it twice more. So don't be afraid of doing it. Get it going. It will make you feel lighter. It raises the energy up, takes the dullness out of your day. Breathing in, and shh, out it goes. One last time. Keep going. Keep going. Gathering it up. Maybe all of those things you felt yesterday, maybe you were sad, or maybe you had a problem. You know, we all get them all these days, and we maybe spiral into some depression. And shh. And just notice the energy in your body. We're going to bring the right foot up. Now, it can come against the inside of the left thigh. So the heel is quite high up towards the perineum. My left leg is long and strong. I am using everything to push the leg into the floor. I'm sitting up nice and tall. My collarbones are spread. My chest is open. Soft front body, strong back. Just bouncing around. See how that feels now. Maybe it might be suitable for you, it might not, to lift up the foot and maybe turn it up as though the sole is coming to the ceiling. And just again, gentle. We're not pushing on the joints, okay? We just maybe the weight of the hand and the sense that we're focusing will help us to get into the hip a little bit deeper. But no worries if it doesn't. You can go back to this. This is perfectly fine. And stretch out the leg. I had very tight hips. They're not, I certainly can't do anything I want with them. It's always a practice for me. But these practices will help create maybe a progressively increased range of movement, not overnight. Yoga doesn't work overnight. It's not a quick fix. It's a lifetime and then a couple more lifetimes, okay? So left foot comes up against the inner leg. Sit nice and tall. It's fine to have hand on the floor to balance. You can smile if you like to. Doesn't have to be so serious. One of the nice things about Dr. Ananda, and actually all of the people I have trained with, have a good sense of humor. Don't take everything so seriously. That's where our worries begin. And then bringing the left foot up, turning the sole up, and make sure that the right foot doesn't go to sleep and falls over to the side, which can happen. And there we go, just bringing the left knee as far down as we can, but not worrying too much about it. I can do half Padmasana, half lotus, but I can't do full. My hips won't allow, and neither will my knees. I started a little bit too late to get into that position, but it's not essential, okay? So don't think you have to do it, but if you can do it, good for you. That's wonderful. And stretch out the feet again, and roll them back, and stretch them out, and draw them back. And please come into easy cross-legged position, whichever is your best. Easy cross-legged position, no need to be fancy. And again, make sure you're on your sit bones, because that makes a big difference to your back. Please take a sip of water. I can't remember when I started filming, but I'll just go as long as I think I should. Some practices advise against drinking water because they feel it quenches the Agni, the fire in the belly, and the Manipur chakra, where we are connected to the universe. This is our sort of fire room. You know, if you were to train, this would be where all they were shoveling the coal in years ago. That's fine. My practice, my tradition, we like to keep muscles and ligaments and body hydrated, and because it's important, it's much better for muscles to be hydrated than not. And also, we have to live with 5 elements, don't we? We don't have the choice of not living with them. So we're just going to do some nice kind of rotation. So as you come back, you know, holding onto your knees and coming forward. So breathing out as you come back, so you bring the belly back. It's just nice. Going to encourage the energy from the root chakra to wake up, come alive. Encouraging energy to travel up the spine. And breathing in. And as you breathe out, you can lean back a bit more if you like to, and just bring the belly back. Just, you're sort of almost going from one sit bone to the other, but make sure they're both engaged, but maybe the pressure changes. And I'm going to go back the other way. Now, obviously, I'm teaching to you and it mirrors, and I'm not sure how to flip the video so that it doesn't mirror. So my right is your left, but I'm not going to go too worried about that. I will learn. If it's important enough, I will find out. And please just place the left hand on the floor. And just sit nice and tall. Place the left hand on the floor. We'll just do some nice opening for the side body. Breathe in and lengthen. And breathe out. You don't have to bend down too far. I just want you to lengthen through the side body. You can look up if it suits you. Keep the sit bones engaged. Don't rock onto the left. And breathe in, come on up. Okay, breathing in and breathing out. Nice stretch for the body. Breathing in. And you can breathe out. So we're just doing a little bit of a kriya from one side to the other. Breathing in and breathing out. And we'll just do one more on either side and see if you can stretch a bit more. Breathing in and out. Stretch. Last time here. And out. Breathing, come up. Nice. Really long back, so you can just look ahead, you don't have to look up, and bring the hands down. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind, sit nice and tall on your sit bones. Just do a couple of twists, breathing in here, and breathing out. Twist from the abdomen. So you're really twisting from the abdomen. Once you get around, breathe in and sit tall. Expand, breathe out, contract. So contract the belly, back you go. Breathe in, look forward, and turn forward. And shake everything out. Maybe the shoulders, a couple of shrugs and rolls. Oh, yeah, I did quite a strong self-practice yesterday. I don't know what I was thinking of. I think I was feeling a bit lazy. I'm glad I'm doing Jattis today. And now right hand to left knee, left hand behind, sit up, breathe in, sit up tall, breathe out, contract that belly in, so you are moving from your abdomen. It's a spinal twist. It's not about your neck twisting around and your neck hurting. Breathe in here, breathe out, and twist again, and breathe in, look forward, and come forward. Good. And we're just going to do a little bit of shoulder work. Breathing in here, open out. Yeah, breathing in, stretch. My palms are up. And breathing out, crisscross the arms. Don't worry which one goes over which. We're going to do this a few times. Breathing in here, stretch. Breathing out. And breathing in. And breathing out. And in. And out. This time breathe in here. Breathe out. My left's going over my my right, and this is where you might be, or you might want to see if you can catch all of the hands. Okay, so there's my face, sorry. Breathing in, lift it up, and breathing out, bring it down. But try not to bring it, your face, don't bring the hands too close to your face. They need to be away. Breathing in, lift up those elbows, and breathing out. Last time like this, sit tall, and breathing out. You can drop them, just shake it off. Shake, shake, shake. Shake it all off. And the other side, breathing in. This time, my right's coming over my left. I'm catching what I can. Giving myself some space in my shoulders. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out. Draw the elbows down. The arms are moving away. Breathe in, lift it up as high as you can. And breathe out. Try not to collapse the chest. Not too close to the chest with the arms. Breathing in. Up, 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 up and away. And down. And release. And let's just do some nice shoulder shrugs again. Actually, these are rotations. So I'm pressing on my knees. And I'm going forward. And I'm going to go up. And shh. Out. Breathe in. And shh. Out. Breathing in. Shh. Out. Beautiful. And we're going to just do some nice elbow loops. So thinking of your elbows leading. Yeah. I know it's a bit tricky. It feels a bit odd. But going one way away from each other. And then coming together. Like we do this kind of, you see fighters doing this. Yeah, not that we're going to fight today, I hope not. And then our wrists, and do one at a time and notice the difference. So you're putting your energy, your focus into one wrist, going clockwise and anti-clockwise, because we use the wrists a lot in yoga. There's quite a lot of weight bearing on the hands. And then shake that out, and then the left. And just noticing how you have to focus, and just concentrating on the left. Bringing the brain to that space, left hand, and shake it out. And then we can do both. Yeah? And the other hand, the other way I mean. And then shake it out, and then bring the wrists, bring the heel of the hands together, and close the wrists, close the fingers, and then this kind of circling, which makes the arms move a bit like a pistol, and do it the other way. That can be so nice. And as we're all on our gadgets all the time, our devices, let's just do a bit of work for the fingers, because lots of finger issues are popping up all over the place. So just rotate your thumbs. And it can be quite challenging to isolate things, so rotate them one way and the other. And don't worry if everything else works. This is about being aware of our body, using these different practices to also encourage our mind to focus and concentrate and to make new connections and fire off new neural pathways, keeping a balance of left and right brain. And the third, there'll be one finger that's always tricky for everyone, so I'm trying to do my little finger, but my ring finger's moving, and then the ring finger, just getting in there. Because, we get maybe some arthritis, some, lack of fluid there. Even some people, they build these uric crystals, and it's so painful for having gout and things. So keeping everything flowing. My little finger, for me, I think I'm moving everything, but I'm trying with my brain to move my little fingers. Good, and then shh, 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 stress it out, and head. Don't worry what you look like. I'm the one on the camera looking like an empty. Doesn't matter, just shake it out. Shake it out. I'm breathing in, up. Oh, that feels good. And down through the center line of your body. Breathing in. Raise it up. Breathing out. Down the center line. Bringing the energy in all the way down. And one more time like that. Breathing in. And out. And please put yourself into a position for Shavasana. We just take 7 minutes in Shavasana, relaxation, so that the practice can sink into us and we have the rest. So Shavasana is corpse pose. So you're going to lie on your back. If you can deduce where north is in your space, please bring your head facing north. Facing north. Or if you're in a chair, put the back of your chair facing north. Lie down. Let the whole body feel the support of the earth. Let the legs and feet roll away from the center line. Let the arms roll away from the center line, shoulders softly engaged with the earth, neck long, skull beautifully balanced. Close your eyes. Allow the skin on the eyes to feel smooth like silk, don't grip them. Allow the jaw to feel free and loose. Maybe the teeth are parted, no gripping and clenching the teeth. Maybe the tongue is parked loosely against the teeth, but not pressing against the teeth. Notice if you have a kind of tingling pins and needles in the tongue, it might be that you're pressing your tongue to the palate or the back of the teeth in tension. Let the eyes sink back into the skull. Let the skull and the scalp have a friendly meeting. Don't let the scalp feel tightly pulled over the skull. Imagine that the scalp is smooth and can move freely over your skull. Hair is loose. Mouth can be gently open. Let the heavy bones of the body sink further down into the earth. Maybe the pelvic girdle feels heavy, the thigh bones, back of the heels, the calves. Let the shins melt into the calves. Let the buttocks spread. Let the front of the body, the vital organs, all of your vital organs, let them feel soft and relaxed. Let them feel as though you have now got space for them to relax. The heart rate regulates. The breath is even and smooth. No grasping, no gripping the earth. Let the body be supported without you holding on. Give yourself permission to let go. Let go. I'm going to leave you for 5 minutes in Shavasana. Please remain conscious and alert, but quiet and still. Totally relaxed but alert. Mind can focus on sensations in the body or on the rhythm of the breath. If the mind wanders, be gentle and kind and draw it back to sensations in the body or rhythm of the breath. Enjoy your time. Continue to let go. Don't hold back. back to the breath or sensations in the body. Continue to let go for a few more moments. Maybe noticing how even the simple primary practices of Jattis can have an effect on your mind, your body, your breath, your overall equilibrium. As the vibrations and the sound of the singing bowl fade, start to deepen your inhalation and lengthen your exhalation. Maybe you can stretch the arms over the head and the feet away from you, just a full spinal stretch. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, stretching even further. Draw your knees up to your chest, give yourself a little hug, maybe rocking from side to side. When you are ready, with your eyes closed and the energy calm and still, please roll over onto your side. And gently come to a comfortable seated position to finish our class today. So sitting tall in any position that feels suitable for you, but with straight spine, soft front. Draw your hands together at your heart. Bow your head to your fingers. Namaskar Mudra. In honor of the practice, in honor of the teachers that came before, in honor of the privilege that it is to practice and know yoga. Thank you for practicing with me. Have a lovely day. Namaste. I will be uploading more videos to my channel now I know how to do it. I will be obviously continuing with sharing is caring, and I will also be doing other practices as I go. So Please check me out. If you like me, say so. If you subscribe, that would be lovely. Thank you. Bye.